There are many things you hear about livestock production and meat and poultry products that simply aren't true. Now the experts are giving you the true story. Few people realize that many universities offer degrees in animal and meat science. These scientists help ensure that the livestock we produce are healthy and high quality, and that the meat and poultry we eat is safe and nutritious. While these experts know a whole lot about meat, few Americans do. Recent polling has identified the top meat myths. What follows are the reactions and the facts from our nation's leading experts, who gathered at the annual meeting of the American Meat Science Association.
Dr. Sindelar, consumers tell us that they think that they get the most nitrite from cured meats. Is that right?
That's actually not true. The fact is that most of the nitrite that consumers consume actually comes from other sources, such as vegetables or even their own saliva.
Well, how much do you get from vegetables and saliva compared to cured meats?
You actually get far less from cured meats than you do from vegetables and your own saliva. For example, about 5% of the nitrite that you consume comes from cured meats, whereas the rest of it comes from other sources such as vegetables and your saliva.
Can you show us a comparison?
I would be glad to. There are a few examples of some vegetables that I purchased at a grocery store, and celery and beets all have very high amounts of naturally occurring nitrates. When we compare that to processed meats or cured meats such as Canadian bacon or frankfurters, we have much lower levels of nitrites. And in comparison, this product, celery, has about 0.3% nitrates, whereas this product, frankfurters, has closer to 0.003%.
So it's really like a fraction of what's in the celery.
Absolutely, much less.
Now, is it different if you consume nitrite from celery versus cured meats?
Actually, where you receive the nitrate makes absolutely no difference because the nitrates that are in celery are exactly the same as nitrites that are found in cured meats.
Well, why do we add nitrite to cured meats?
We add nitrite to cured meats for several reasons. The most important reason is that nitrites are very effective in improving the safety of cured meats, and this is one of the reasons why nitrates have such a great track record in the industry for food safety. We also add them for convenience. It gives consumers a variety of different types of cured meats, and it also gives cured meats a very distinct aroma and flavor.
So what's your message to consumers who have concerns about nitrite?
My message to consumers is they should not be concerned about consuming cured meats. They should learn the facts if they are concerned, and as part of a healthy, balanced diet, nitrite from cured meats are a very safe compound to consume.
So Dr. Bryan, you're an expert on nitrite safety, and consumers tell us they're a little worried about nitrite and whether it's been associated with cancer and whether it potentially has other health risks. Can you tell us what the science shows?
The science shows quite a lot as we advance medical technology. The link between nitrite and cancer was first suggested in the 1950s and 60s in artificial systems where they co-incubated nitrite with low molecular weight amines. And then by virtue of the nitrosative chemistry, they formed N-nitrosamines. But that was long before it was ever realized that nitrite's actually produced naturally within our body.
So your research, though, has also shown nitrite has some health benefits. Could you tell us about those?
Right, I'm a nitric oxide biochemist and physiologist by training, so we're looking in terms of cardiovascular health of strategies and ways to restore nitric oxide production in the human body. And what we're finding is that nitrite is acting as a reservoir or a buffer system by way that nitrite can actually form nitric oxide under certain conditions in the body that then promote additional health benefits in terms of maybe perhaps reducing blood pressure, inhibiting vascular inflammation that may be associated with a high-fat diet, and there's very clear evidence that it protects from heart attack and stroke.
Well, this is very different than what most consumers are hearing about it. It's a little bit of a man bites dog story. You're saying that nitrite doesn't cause cancer and it actually has health benefits.
Certainly. So we've actually done some studies in quantifying the amount of nitrite and nitrate in meats and vegetables and a number of different foodstuffs. In fact, it may be the mechanism of action for the dietary approaches to stop hypertension. which is a very effective natural dietary regimen to reduce blood pressure in hypertensive patients. So we have to put everything in context. So in terms of a risk-benefit analysis, as we learn more about the safety and benefits of nitrite, then I predict the benefits of nitrite will far outweigh any risk associated with it. And in fact, recent data suggests that nitrite actually can inhibit cancer cell growth in certain animal models.
So are you saying that cured meats like hot dogs can prevent a heart attack?
Well, not per se. The nitrite, consumers shouldn't be concerned about the nitrite that's in the hot dogs and the bacon. But in fact, I think the best medicine for health and well-being is still a balanced diet, which includes meats and vegetables that contain nitrite and nitrate, along with moderate exercise. That still holds true today.
So what's your best advice to consumers?
To not get caught up in the fads and the scare tactics on the use of nitrite in foods. In fact, the main cause of exposure of nitrite and nitrate is not from meats at all. It's from the green leafy vegetables that we eat. So my recommendation is to still eat a balanced diet in moderation that includes some meats, green leafy vegetables, to where you get a rich source of nitrite and nitrate, which then may confer some nitric oxide activity in the body.